Hello everyone! With this video chess lesson we are going to start to talk about pawn endgames. But before we continue with the first position, I would like to give you one small announcement. I wanted to inform you that I have reached my first milestone on YouTube, first 50 subscribers. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel, and you are giving me great support to continue to prepare you good video chess lessons. It is not a very big accomplishment, but as I am a YouTube starter, I am very happy about this. I will keep you informed when the next milestone is achieved. If you want to see some specific content in my video chess lessons, please place the comment below my video on YouTube. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. You can see some of my previous video lessons, and information about that you can get in right upper corner. Now we will start to talk about pawn endgames. In this position we see very basic 1 versus 1 pawn endgame, in which white's king is closer to black's pawn on a7 square than black's king to white's pawn on a6 square. But the question is, can white win this game or the game will be drawn? As you see in this picture, if black king reaches c7 square at the moment when white captures the pawn on a7, then the game will be drawn. We can see that white king needs 5 moves to reach a7 pawn, while black king also needs 5 moves to reach c7 square. So that will maybe trick you, and maybe you will think that this endgame will be drawn. So if we only use mathematics and count the number of squares, this game will be drawn. And let's see, king e7, king c3, king d7, king d4, and we see that easily black king reaches his goal, c7 square, and the game is drawn. But chess and mathematics is not the same. Chess is different, and this position will teach us how we can use a different path for white king, which will take the same amount of moves and the same amount of time to reach his desired square, while at the same time black king will not be able to reach his c7 square. So now we see if white king uses the path king e6, king d5, king c6, king b7, king a7, black king cannot reach c7 in time. So let's see, king c3, king d5, and now king b4, because if black loses a move and plays somewhere else on the third rank, he will reach only c6 and not c7. And after king c6, now black will either lose time by playing king c4, and here we see that he reaches only c6 but not desired c7 square, and white easily wins the game. Or if after king c6 black king goes to the 5th rank, he can go only to a5 square and nothing else, but after king b7 now he's forced to lose the move. He will play king b5, and after king a7 again he reaches only c6 and white wins the game. In this position we are going to learn how opposition should not be always gained when it's possible in a pawn endgame. Normally opposition is very important in pawn endgames, and it should be gained almost always when it is possible. But in this position we have the opposite case. If white in this position plays king d5, which is the move which will gain a position instantly, that will not be enough to win this game. The game will be drawn. After king b4, f4, king c3, we will see how both kings will attack each other pawns, and black king is there fast enough and white cannot make progress. The game ends as a draw. If instead of gaining opposition, first move white plays f4, then king c4, now black will gain opposition, and again black king will be fast enough to attack and win white's pawn, and the game is drawn. If first move is king e5, for example, trying to go directly to capture the pawn on g6, we will see how again black king is fast enough. If now, for example, f4 move, then just king d3, king f6, king e4, and again the game is drawn. And if after king c4, king f6, then king d4, king captures the pawn, but he's far away from his own pawn, he cannot help in its defense, and black easily makes draw. Then the question is, how actually white wins the game in this position? Well, the only move which wins the game is great move king d4. Now black is in trouble. If black plays now king c6, then we play king e5, and now there is nothing, of course, with king d7, because white will play king f6 and win the pawn, so probably black will play king c5, and now white plays useful move f4, which is forcing black to lose the move. Now black, because it's in opposition, cannot approach closer to white's pawn, and he loses the move, loses the tempo, and white is fast enough to win the game and to protect his own pawn. If instead of playing king c6, black gains a position instantly with king b4, now white again wins the game by this great move f4. So white is playing useful move, while black is forced to lose the move and not to approach closer to the pawn. And now, for example, if king b5, we see again that king is fast enough to capture the pawn and to protect his own pawn, or if he plays after f4, let's say king b3, then king e5, and again the same, king is fast enough, capture the pawn, protects his own pawn, and white wins the game. So in this position, we have learned that it is not always primary task and the best to gain a position in pawn endgames. In this position, it is obvious that white's king is not able to stop black to win a2 pawn. The only chance for draw is to reach c2 square in the moment when black captures a2 pawn. And if you think that you can do that by playing the move which is optically closer to the pawns, which is king f8, you are wrong. That move again is losing time, while black is playing useful move which is approaching closer to the pawns, playing king f6, and now forcing white to lose time by, let's say, king g8, and look how in this case black is fast enough to win the pawn and not allow white king to reach c2 square, and black wins the game. Instead of playing king f8, the move which wins the game in this position, which draws the game in this position, is paradoxical move king h8. So he's playing away from the pawns. But that move is good because now after king f5, when black is approaching closer to the pawns, white king will not lose the move, he will also approach to the pawns, and we will see how white king easily reaches c2 square at the moment when black captures the pawn on a2, and the game is of course drawn. In one of my first video chess lessons in basic endgames, we have learned opposition and how is opposition important in king and the pawn endgames. In this position here, with white on the move, it is obvious that white is going to win black's pawn on b6. But black still hopes that he will be able to make draw in this game, because when white plays king c7, black will play king a8, and after king b6, black will play king b8, and he will gain opposition. But the rule says that opposition which is gained on the last rank is useless, because at that moment the opponent's king is already on the 6th rank, and we have learned that when the king is on the 6th rank, then white will win this kind of endgame no matter who is on the move here, no matter where exactly is black king, and no matter where exactly the pawn is. So the win is now very easy. After king a6, king a8, we just advance pawn further on, black king is forced to go out, and we easily promote and win the game. This position is very similar as the previous position, just the pawns are blockaded on 4th and the 5th rank and not on the 5th and the 6th. But the difference is that this endgame is now drawn. White will again be able to win black's pawn on b file, but at the moment when white wins that pawn, black king will gain a position on b7 square. Since the 7th rank is not the last rank, that is good opposition, and thanks to that opposition, the game will be drawn. So, no matter that white had active king and that he was able to win the pawn, he cannot make progress in this position and he cannot win the game because black has this extra move on the last rank which provides him a draw in this position. So now the game is of course easily drawn. So in general, for every position, in king and the pawn versus king and the pawn endgames, when the pawns are on the same file, we can immediately know the result of the game just observing the ranks where the pawns are blockaded. If our desired pawn which we want to win is on the 5th rank, then when we win the pawn we will not be able to win the game if black or our opponent obtains opposition at that moment. But if the pawns are blockaded on 5th and 6th rank, if we have more active king and if we can win the pawn, then the position is winning for the stronger side. In this position, it is obviously black on the move, because if it is white on the move, white can easily play king c3 and he will win this game by winning black's pawn on f4. But the main question here is, who is better here with black on the move? Well, black has more active king because his king is on the same rank as his pawn, while white king is one rank below placed, and that's why black is going to win in this game. So he will just play king b4, and the point in this position is that when we observe the ranks where the pawns are blockaded, we immediately see that if we win white's pawn on f3, white will be able to obtain the opposition which will be on the last rank, and that opposition is useless and black will easily win the game. In this critical moment, black will use activity of his king. He will play king c3. He approaches now closer to the pawn, and regardless to what white plays, he easily wins the pawn. White will gain the opposition, but opposition is useless because black easily wins the game now. Promotion cannot be stopped. That would be all about this first lesson about pawn endgames. Take a look at these suggested videos. And also, if you want to see some specific content in my video chess lessons, please place the comment below my video on YouTube, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel.